Hello, I'm Mark Davis. Welcome to PAR TNR for Tuesday, March 21st, 2023. PAR TNR is your news about issues that are important to IDA providers in our community. Thanks for tuning in. Governor Shapiro presented his first budget to a joint session of the General Assembly a couple of weeks ago. Acting Secretary Arkush also presented more specifics on the DHS proposed budget, including the continuation of the enhanced rates for CPS. Here are a few highlights in the governor's proposed budget. The governor did not include any additional funding for DSP wages. Without investments into the rates, our system is not sustainable. It would expand the property tax and rent rebate program. It would invest $17.5 million to reduce the waiting list by 850 people. It would invest $3.4 million to add day services to life sharing if the family has out-of-home employment. It would include the expansion of telehealth consultations and assessments. The governor also requested that the minimum wage be increased to $15 per hour. Without a sufficient gap between our DSPs and the minimum wage, we will continue to fail to hire enough staff for the services necessary. We are continuing to work with our partners to coordinate strategy and messaging as we turn our focus to the legislature. PAR Policy Conference is coming up April 18th and 19th. Join us to learn from state and federal leaders, self-advocates, and PAR members. For more information, go to www.par.net. We hope to see you there. ODP is currently requesting public comment on a proposal to use ARPA funding for our initiative supporting individuals and families who currently cannot find a CPS provider or who are at risk of being placed on a provider waiting list for CPS services. This proposal would allow the AEs to repurpose unspent ARPA respite dollars to develop and fund innovative alternatives to traditional CPS services. Comments on the proposal are due to the Office of Developmental Programs by April 10th. If you are a PAR member and would like to submit comments for consideration for inclusion in PAR's comments, please send them to par@par.net by Friday, March 24th. OVR is soliciting comments on their draft employment supports policy. OVR will give an overview of the draft employment supports policy and answer questions during 2 virtual meetings that will be held today on Tuesday, March 21st. The PAR Employment First Committee will be discussing the draft policy with OVR staff during our meeting on March 30th. Comments should be submitted to OVR by April 11th. If you are a PAR member and have comments you would like to be considered for inclusion in the PAR comments, please email them to par@par.net by Friday, March 31st. PAR is a member of the Project Advisory Panel for the recently funded Integrated Vocational Engagement Support Team, or INVEST project. The INVEST project focuses on solutions to assist individuals with IDA to move from segregated employment and being paid at sub-minimum wage to integrated employment in the community and being paid minimum wage or higher. The INVEST project is funded in part by a federal grant and is for 5 years. The first sites for the program are expected to start work on the project this fall. Stay tuned for additional updates on INVEST as the project unfolds. Thanks for watching PAR TNR. Stay safe, everyone.